During the 27th season of The Voice, which will air in 2025, Adam Levine was scheduled to make his triumphant return to the talent show. Having been absent from the iconic red spinning chair for a period of 6 years, the frontman of Maroon 5 and the original coach returned to the NBC singing competition, bringing with him his signature charm, quick wit, and competitive edge. There was a surge of posts on social media with phrases like "Adam's back" and "The Voice is whole again." Fans were overjoyed. On the other hand, insiders close to Levine portray a different picture behind the scenes, one that is one of disillusionment and disquiet. In a candid interview with Rolling Stone, Levine acknowledged that he did not enjoy his comeback and felt the void. This revelation sent shockwaves across the fan base of the show and sparked passionate discussions over what went wrong. It is well known that Levine has a long relationship with The Voice. When the show first aired in 2011, he was one of the first coaches, along with Blake Shelton, Christina Aguilera, and CeeLo Green, and he was instrumental in putting the show's early success into perspective. Over the course of 16 seasons, Levine became a fan favorite due to his humorous competition with Shelton, his acute musical instincts, and his ability to recognize raw potential. One example of this is Javier Colin, who won season 1 during his tutelage. However, in 2019, after nearly a decade of involvement, Levine decided to move away from the band. He cited the desire to concentrate on Maroon 5, his family with his wife Behati Prinsloo, and new endeavors such as his 222 Records label. In an interview with Variety at the time, he stated, "I was ready for a break. I needed to take a deep breath because it was so intense." There was a lot of excitement surrounding the news that he will be returning for season 27, along with new mentors Snoop Dogg, Michael Bublé, and Kelsea Ballerini. Levine's distinctive swagger was hinted to in promotional materials, and NBC marketed his return to the program as a return to the show's origins. However, according to confidential sources who were cited in Us Weekly, Levine's experience was anything but sentimental. According to a source, he thought it would feel like coming home, but it didn't. But the reality was different. It was difficult for him to establish his groove because the atmosphere was different. Levine extended his thoughts on the matter in an interview with Rolling Stone, saying, "I love The Voice, but this time around, I didn't enjoy it as much as I used to. Something was lacking, and I experienced a vacant feeling that I was unable to fill." What has changed? To begin, the show itself has developed following Levine's departure from the show. As a result of heavyweights such as Ariana Grande, Kelly Clarkson, and John Legend introducing fresh dynamics to the coaching team, which was once a close-knit staff, the lineup now rotates frequently. Compared to the banter between Shelton and Levine that characterized the early seasons, the eclectic combination of Snoop's laid-back calm, Bubbly's crooner appeal, and Ballerini's country pop flair that was included in season 27 produced a different kind of energy. Despite the fact that Adam thrives on chemistry, the new panel did not click with him in the same way that he did with Blake, according to the insider who spoke to Us Weekly. Shelton, who departed the program after season 23, was a consistent presence during Levine's initial stint, and the show's popularity was largely due to the pretend feuds and bromance that involved the two of them. It was reported that Levine experienced a sense of disorientation in the absence of that well-known anchor. The format of the show was another source of difficulty. Coaches on The Voice are expected to be just as much influencers as they are mentors, and the show has shifted its focus more toward emotionally engaging narrative and social media participation. It has been said that Levine, who is known for his simple teaching style, found the increased production demands, which included constant promotions, scripted banter, and duties to social media, to be suffocating. Someone who knows him well told people that he is a musician and not a content provider. It was his intention to concentrate on the artists rather than the machine. Fans noticed that he was being more somber than usual, with one of them remarking, "Adam appears to be phoning it in this season. Where exactly is the spark?" An additional person provided the following hypothesis. After 46 years, he is no longer the brazen rock star that he was during the early years of The Voice. His priorities have evolved as a result of becoming a father, performing with Maroon 5 during their residency in Las Vegas, and producing projects such as Songland. According to what he spoke with Rolling Stone, "I've grown up a lot since I left. I'm not the same guy who could just dive into the chaos of The Voice and successfully thrive," the contestant said. His words provide a clue to a more fundamental disconnection. The unrelenting pace of a network television juggernaut was in direct opposition to his current mental state. "In some ways, it's a game that's more suited to young men," he said. "In order to have that hunger, you need to have it, and I was even more hungry back then." Even the competitors posed a challenge to the competition. During his final season, Levine served as a mentor to exceptional musicians such as Malin Jarman. However, the artists who participated in season 27 were significantly influenced by genres such as country, hip-hop, and jazz, which did not necessarily coincide with his expertise related to pop rock. According to the insider who spoke to Us Weekly, he had a difficult time connecting with some of the talent. This time, he had the impression that he wasn't the appropriate fit for a lot of them, despite the fact that he is accustomed to discovering gems in the rough. Among the fans who took note, one user made the following observation: "Adam's pitches in the blind auditions felt off, like he was uncertain about who he wanted to be a part of his squad." In spite of the difficulties, Levine did not completely give up all of his efforts. While he was coaching, his artist, Leela Ford, an independent singer-songwriter, made it to the live shows with a heartbreaking rendition of Radiohead's Creep. This was a moment that stood out as particularly memorable. The fact that Levine was able to bring out her fragility was praised by critics, demonstrating that he still possesses the talent for coaching. This achievement, however, was not sufficient to fill the gap that existed. According to what he said to Rolling Stone, "I was proud of my team." The entire encounter, however, seemed to be nothing more than going through the motions. "The sense that I wasn't fully committed is one that I despise." Wider conversations regarding the longevity of The Voice and the expectations that are placed on its coaches have been generated as a result of the repercussions. Having already aired 27 seasons, the show faces the difficulty of maintaining its originality while also paying homage to its inspirations. Despite the fact that Levine's comeback was a gamble done with the intention of recapturing the enchantment of the show's early days, his forthright statement implies that nostalgia alone is not enough to bridge the gap. There is a division among fans. Some express their sympathy through messages such as, "Adam gave us so much. Let him move on if he's not feeling it," some people wrote, while others expressed their disappointment by commenting, "He came back just to half-assess it? Not to be expected." The future of Levine's participation in The Voice is still unknown. Although he has not completely disregarded the possibility of making another appearance, he has made it clear that he requires a break in order to concentrate on his family and his musical career. The future album by Maroon 5, which has been hinted as being released in 2026, as well as the plan to tour the world, both imply that his heart is elsewhere. "I will never stop cherishing The Voice," he declared. "But I believe that I am doing better as a fan at the moment." It is a hard pill for fans to swallow because Levine's honesty is invigorating, but his absence will leave a void of its own among the audience. In light of the fact that Levine is speculated to make a guest appearance at CMA Fest 2025, which is getting closer, the buzz around his experience on The Voice highlights the enduring influence he has had. Regardless of whether he is performing songs or engaging in a battle with Shelton in the past, Levine continues to be a figure who is both controversial and magnetic. His comeback may not have been the comeback that fans had hoped for, but it serves as a reminder that even rock stars are not always able to recapture the past. Sometimes, acknowledging that you are unable to do something is the most real move of all.